Antonio, and the snow and ice is gone. Let me show you guys real quick. Yeah, it's gone just as fast as it came. It's gone again. But we some lessons learned from this time that it was like from last Sunday, today's Saturday, about being prepared. That's why I labeled this one preparedness. Hey, you know what? You got to be ready. You got to be ready. What did we learn from 2020 is that sometimes we have to be prepared for the unknown. And one of the things that I learned from this experience with the snowstorm and everything else like that was, you know what? We got to get a generator. And I should remember that because when in Florida, we used to go through hurricane season. And one of the things that they would say is that, you know what? You should have a generator because if the power goes out for quite a long time, you can be prepared for not having power. But then the other fact is that somebody said the other day was, well, that's good if you got a generator, but if the power's out, the gas stations didn't have power to push the gas. So, and that's what happened over here. A lot of people were finding out that with the power being out, a lot of the gas stations couldn't produce gas. So that's another little check to make. They say, all right, to prepare for things like this, what do you got to do? All right, if you have a generator, well, make sure you have extra gas. So, just some little tips and things that we learned, and making sure you have plenty of food in store for just in case you can't go shopping. And that's what was something that we learned as well, is that when the power went out, we found out that the stores here in San Antonio were not prepared for power outages or long-term power outages because they didn't have generators. So as you can see, preparedness is key. And so now, we're going to make sure, hey, if there's a possible storm coming through, you know what, we should get ready, stock up on some things, or just maybe be prepared regardless. Have some extra items, non-perishable goods and things of that nature. So hopefully this little video will help you guys to think about preparedness. And being said, as leaders, because Joe and the Mike Leader Talk, that's my podcast. You can find me on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, other major podcasting. Oh yeah, there's still some ice here. Podcasting platforms. And I talk about leadership tips. I talk about things that leaders can do to prepare themselves for dealing with their employees, dealing with personal self-development as well. And you know what? This being prepared for snowstorms is a leadership thing because we got to think ahead. We have to plan ahead for possibilities, whether good or bad. So hopefully it gave you some tips, some things to think about.
How do you prepare for good things?
How do you prepare for good things? You plan for it. You plan for good things to happen. And my wife asked that question, how do you prepare for good things? You plan to do fun things. Like we're planning on going to the Grand Canyon this year. Hopefully we will go. We're going to be planning for it. And
what about the Grace Conference?
The Grace Conference, we're planning for that too. And yeah, we definitely, that's something that we got to think about and put on a day this week to talk about it, discuss it, and to make a decision on it. So again, hopefully you guys got some good tips, some things to think about. Subscribe to my podcast, the Joe and the Mike Leader Talk. Leave some reviews. Yes, subscribe, like it, leave some comments. Talk to you guys later.